Word. Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Just Serve Insurance Solutions team meeting. Today is Thursday, April 9th, I believe. Yes, Thursday, April 9th. Obviously, my name is Heather Robeson. Today, our topic is going to be about business owner mindset. We don't get a lot of that. We think agent, 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 but we're actually business owners. So we have to remember that. We have to get into that mindset, and we have to learn what that even means in the most cases. Most of us don't come into this business with a proper business owner mindset. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. But before we go about doing that, we're going to go through some some recognition. First and foremost, I want to recognize that Just Serve this week finally got recognized as an agency. So yay to everybody. Good work. Good hard work. We're finally an agency. So anytime you register for anything anymore, it is going to be under Just Serve. We used to register under Epiphany or Solidity. So good job to Just Serve. That means all of you. Again, business ownership. You guys can have your own agency. You can build your own agency, and we will talk about that. So congratulations to us. Keep up the good work. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let me see if I can get this to work. All right. So top 5 submits for this week, April week 1. As you know, our weeks go from the 1st through the 7th, the 8th through the 14th, the 15th through the 21st, the 22nd through the 28th, and then the last 3 days of the month are actually put on week 1 numbers. So keep that in mind when you're submitting at the beginning of the month. To don't forget the 3 days. There's 2, 3, 1. Those days count. Those what you submitted count. So make sure you submit them on the Solidity Submit. If you're submitting your numbers in Discord, amazing. That makes my assistant's job much easier. Thanks, G, for that. If you're not and you're only submitting on Slack, please consider submitting on Discord as well. All you have to do is copy paste. It's literally so easy. In fact, you should be doing, it gets more and more. The more different things we do, the more and more we have to submit. But Discord should be first, then Success Zone, then Slack, and then if you're doing inbounds, make sure you're posting on the inbound, whichever one you're doing. So make sure you're submitting on all 4 places. It simply has to be copy paste. You don't have to follow the old Slack rules. They don't care. Post a leaderboard is fine for them. They're just their assistants doing the same thing mine is, tallying it up and putting out numbers on their recognition charts as well. So if you can do that, that would be appreciated. So good job to the top 5 to submit numbers. Guys, this is pretty good. I'm like, how is my submit so high? But then I remember I had an annuity. I'm like, dang, that was a big submit. Jaden, congratulations, 48. Rounding up, that was a 5,000. So good job. Kathleen, same thing. Rounding up, that's a 5,000. Good job. Aphrodite, over 5,000. 6255. Good job. Alex, again, always over 5,000. Good job. 8890. And myself at 47,811. Guys, that's with an annuity, right? So when you have an annuity, you do times 10%, and that's your submit. So good job to all of us for leading the pack. And submitting at least 5,000 on the top submits. So good job. All right. And we always celebrate those who do submit over 5K. That's our goal. So the achievers of the week are actually all that were on, the top 3, I guess. Top 3 were Afro, Alex, and myself. So good job to all of us. Of course, everybody on that other page was also a 5K submit number too. So good job to all of us. All right. Now, these are the numbers that appear issue paid. This means that these people got the money in their accounts, or they were issue paid to them. Some of the issue paid, guys, helps to pay back chargeback. So if you don't see that money in your account, it's because you probably had a chargeback that came from that total. So understand those chargebacks count. right? So Anmar, for the week 4 of March, we still don't have updated numbers for March. Hopefully we get them today. Anmar comes in at just about 1,000 for that week, 947. Good job. Mike on the board again, brand new agent, killing it. 1359. Who went out in the field the other day? So good for you. Jaden at 1439. Good job. Myself at 7976. And Alex leading at the top with 13. Ooh, those are some lucky number, Alex. 13,333. So good job for you. Good job. I know, right? All right. And now this is month to date. So all of March. Guys, March was huge for us. The final numbers are not out. I would think we're going to be within a hair of 150,000 for March. As of the end of the 28th, we were at 134, 135,000. April, all we have to do is write 2 more policies each and we'll hit the 150. So good job to all of you. So on the board is for all of March, Amy Kane, 6,441. Good job, Amy. And she's gotten through some things this week. So we haven't seen her on Discord, but I reached out to her and she's okay. So that's good news. Jaden Glasson at 12,246. Good job, Jaden. Kathleen, what a month. What a month, Kathleen. And I believe that's with an annuity. So that's rocking good news. 24,690. Nice job, Kathleen. Alex, always at the top. 37,557. And I just squeaked by you. Sorry, Alex. I don't intend on it. 37,927.88. Good job to all of us. Excellent job. Guys, these people on the boards, they're not doing anything different, but actually just working, right? They're actually putting in the time. They're actually following up with their clients. They're actually making their work their priority, right? That's what you have to do to actually make money in this business. You can't just come in and think it's going to come to you. Right? You have to put the work in, you have to call the leads, you have to go to the meetings, you have to do all that stuff in order to get these numbers. So good job to all of you who are. All right. Updated schedule, nothing new here that we're aware of. Take a picture of if you don't know the meetings. Every morning we have our morning motivation meeting. I think those are going great. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have our book of the month club. Today was raw. It was good, but it was raw. It was very good. And Saturday and every night, guys, we have the virtual business overview. Share this meeting, this virtual business overview, the graphic, share it all the time on your social media. You just don't know what's going to happen. I've had a couple of people reach out to me within just a week that I didn't even know they're on my page. And one of them, it was on our team call this morning or on our book of the month club. So you just have to just keep sharing it. You just never know who's watching you or other people. And here is the book of the month by David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. We're obviously listening to it in the virtual fashion, right? And so we're listening to it on Audible and then we're discussing it afterwards. This guy is tough as nails, like literally, like I can't even imagine what he went through. Just in the first 2 chapters or chapter and a half, it's put such a different perspective on everything we do. So thank you for voting on that book and getting it started. And even if you haven't listened to it yet, hop on the meetings on Tuesdays and Friday mornings. That'll help you to, and you can jump in anytime. It's not like it's like a thing you have to listen from chapter to chapter, but it'll help you in your business. And that's why we picked the book. Here's that virtual business overview. Please make sure you share the graphic. It's on Discord every single night, FFL VBO. You guys should aim to have 2 people on it a night. That way, when one shows up, it's a good day, right? Have 2 people at least invited, have one show up, connect them to Camden. As soon as they say that they're an A or a B, connect them to Camden. Once you connect them to Camden, he'll get them into our system and we'll get them trained and licensed and or if they're licensed, get them contracted. It's all you have to do, right? What are you afraid of doing that for? Because guess what? If you're not sharing the opportunity, you could be actually hurting somebody, So make sure you're sharing the opportunity. All right, this is almost over. You still have some time, especially I think probably Alex is in the running for it. Getting to Puerto Rico, guys, we are going to have some incentives coming up. My team, my admin team, and I will be discussing it at our next team meeting for October. So we will have that coming up. But for right now, Puerto Rico's on our mind. And bonuses. Bonuses are always fun to talk about because this is real money. Okay. You might be getting paid. You might not be getting paid enough. And if that's the case, it's because you're not paying attention on who to write. I repeat, the carrier bonusable premiums matter for you. Now, do I write a company at 75% because it's the best thing for my client? Yeah, of course I do. But if I can get them approved with a carrier that's at 100%, then it's good for me and the client. Okay. Pay attention to the bonusable premium percentages. They change over time, guys. This is different than it was 3 months ago. So make sure you're watching who to write with and put your client with the best person that will help you and them. Okay. So take a picture if you don't have this. Make sure your persistency is up. Don't write crap business. Now, you will write business that falls off the books. That's a given. But don't write it if it's going to fall off the books. Don't force somebody into life insurance, right? It's a chargeback. Don't write something that pays out a month later. It's a chargeback. Reschedule them. Tell them to call you at this time because if they're serious, they will. And then call your next client. Call your next lead. Answer your next inbound. Okay. Now, the You First bonus is still going on. That will be good until June, I believe, June or May 30th, I think, whatever that last thing is. So if you're writing Americo, if you're writing business to begin with, most of the time we start with Americo. Most, not always. So don't just go write Americo because you're going to get declined. You're going to screw yourself up. Be on Zoom or Discord, ask who to write, and that's if you're not sure, and we'll tell you. But for the most part, Americo's bonus is huge. If you write $55,000 worth of business and an issue pays, then you get $5,500. If your persistency is excellent, then you get 12% of that, not just 10. That's a nice check for the summer, guys. You can put some of it towards leads if you want. You can go on a summer vacation with your family. Just make sure you come back because when you take that week off, if you're not solid in your writing pills, in your writing, that momentum's broken. So be careful about taking too many vacations too early. All right, we've got Ignite coming up. We have a Discord channel for Ignite Conference. Please make sure you post them there if you're going. That way I can have an estimate of how many people need a place to stay so I can get an Airbnb. Otherwise, you're on your own. And that's fine if you want to be on your own. I don't care. I will be in an RV. I don't need the Airbnb. So there won't be a given one. So if you're going to Phoenix, please post in Discord so I know who to expect, who wants an Airbnb and who doesn't. Okay, make sure of that. Put on your calendar now for September 10th. Get to West Palm Beach. Anybody on the eastern side of the United States, anybody past me needs to be at the West Palm Beach. Okay, if you are past me, which is El Paso, so the corner of New Mexico and Texas, if you are on that other side, you need to be going to the West Palm Beach. Make sure you can put it on your calendar now and get the flight as early as you can. By the way, flights change like daily. I was going to reserve a flight yesterday for my son from Alaska to El Paso, and it doubled today. I was like, holy crap. So look at your flights. Don't be afraid to buy them. Get them. The next thing is in Fort Worth at the end of the month. If you're going to the cross-selling boot camp in Fort Worth, please let us know in Discord. Again, I will have no problem getting an Airbnb, but I'm not going to get one if nobody tells me they're going to be there in Discord, right? That's how I keep track of it. I can't take a text. I get too many texts a day. Put it in Discord so I can keep a running tally and help out with the housing of that. And finally, coming soon. This should be on your calendar already. If it's not, put it there now. If you haven't gotten your ticket to El Paso, I would suggest you look because it'll get expensive. That's all you're going to need to pay for. Get the flight now. Make that a priority. This is a lock-in that our team is not going to want to miss. If you're not here, it's likely you're not going to do. Really, you don't want to be part of the team, honestly. This is the one team event of the year, aside from convention, that you really, I mean, listen, this is our first one because we're big enough now to make it make sense, right? So get out here, bring your families. I don't care if flights are too expensive, reach out to me, figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get you some leads so you can sell more, so you can pay for that. Guys, you can sell one policy for a flight. So I don't want to hear any excuses. It just means you're not working if you can't afford to get there. Okay. One flight, one policy for a flight. Bring your kids, bring your spouses. This is going to be something you're not going to miss. And we will have more information on this coming soon, like after our next team admin meeting. All right. So I'm going to stop share and I'm going to escape. And I got to make you guys bigger. And I'm going to go to this page. And I'm going to start with, all right, drop an emoji in the chat if you can find it in the chat. Well, this is a big group here today. Thanks for coming, guys. Drop an emoji in your chat, your favorite emoji, maybe your Discord emoji if you can find the same one. For anybody who is happy how their week is going so far. And if you're unhappy, still pretend you're happy because we got to stay positive. Oh my gosh, you look like you're going to throw up, Alex. Good job. All right, good. Yeah, guys, today is only day 2, right? Today is day 2 of the week. So everybody should probably pretty much have a good, happy thing, except for Alex. Just kidding, he changed it. March was one of the biggest months on our entire, not one of, it was our biggest month on record. And again, like I said, the last 3 days are not even fully reported, okay? That's something that you all should be very proud of because it's not about me. It's about you. It's about me for me, but not for you, right? You did it. You are putting the time in. You are doing what you need to do to increase your numbers, which add up to Just Serves numbers, right? And so the goal this month in April is take whatever that number was in March. If it was 0, add 2 extra policies to that. If it was 1, add 2 extra policies. If it was 37, now make sure you get to 39. That was hard math for me. Okay. If everyone did that last month, we will exceed what we did in March and get to 150,000. So, are you posting on social media? Are you taking what other people are doing, other Family First Life agents? Are you copying it and pasting it? That's all you have to do. You don't have to make up anything special. Are you sending people to our nightly VBOMs? Are you sharing that graphic? Those little acts are going to produce extra. Now I'm going to call out somebody special here, Kira. She knew I was going to. She's killing it on the brand new agent, like literally just got licensed, killing it on the social media aspect. She's already sold 3 policies, all from social media. And guys, we talked about it a little this morning, but I'm going to emphasize that if you just make a goal to spend at least 1 hour a day, Monday through Saturday, posting, reposting, shout out to teammates, DMing people who are responding. And if you don't know what to say, use Grok. I use Grok now. I graduated from ChatGPT. And I don't like Claude. Use Grok or ChatGPT, okay? They'll tell you how to respond to that person. Do it 1 hour a day, guys. It's all you need. She's getting people from TikTok, I think, Facebook. And these are people that it's not her family or friends. They're just people who are seeing her post on social media. That's good business. Family and friends is okay. Warm market is good. Social media is good. Oh shoot, IUL guy, Juan Franco, he only blew up his business through social media, right? So add that hour when you need a break from dialing, when you need a break in between meetings, add that hour in the middle of the day. Break up your day with some social media time. And now you have the excuse to sit there and scroll on your phone because Heather told you to. Right? Get on social media and just start sharing stuff. And if you don't have a social media person, you don't have a graphics person, you don't share other people's stuff. It's so key. So once you get that done and maybe you're scared to invite people on, maybe you don't want to run a team, right? You don't have to. Shoot, we can just do it for them. That's what we're here for. And Discord has allowed us to do that. Guys, you have somebody that says, "Hey, I might be, what are you doing? Are you really making that much money?" Be like, yeah, but whatever. It's only $47,000." Right? Like, or it's only $15,000. Or maybe you're not making that money, but you share Alex's stuff, right? And they're like, "Who's that guy?" And then they start following him. You say, "Ah, he's just a great guy on the team and blah blah blah." Well, can I do it too? Yeah, let me connect you to Camden. And then get them on the VBOs and then them to Camden. That's what we do for you. That's what we have. We have that now, right? So we have our new admin, Camden, who's going to help train, who's going to get them on the calls. And then we have Brooke, who's going to help train and get people moved to Discord, get them not stagnant. It's a system that we had to build, right? And we're building, and it's really in a great position. Yeah, exactly, Brooke. Hi to you. Thank you. And speaking of Discord, um, what I want you to do today is, I know some of you already have, and that's awesome. We're making it a goal to do twice in a day, but go on and post one win or positive step that you've had in your business this week. Just write it down now. If you can think of one positive step or win that you've had this week, it can be Sunday through today, it can be from last Thursday, it can be from whatever to whatever. I don't care. Post it in Discord right after this call. Everybody likes to see people's wins. It helps other people. In fact, after this call, we have 1 hour in between Solidity call and ours. It's a perfect time for that. It's a perfect time for social media, right? It's a perfect time to start scrolling. It's a perfect time to go out and enjoy the day if you're in a good weather area and just scroll through your Facebook, or for these new people, TikTok, or whatever things there are these days. So there's my saying on that. Now, business strategy. Let's dive into that. So every Thursday we focus on being, ever since convention, we focus on being better business owners. And our license has different aspects to it. Our biggest one, the one that makes us the most money, is the life insurance aspect to it. That's the one that makes the most money. Okay. The other ones are important too. That's why we hit on them every single other week. But right now we got to focus on being that business owner in the life section, because that's what we truly are. We're not just agents. We are business owners. You're an independent agent. And though you may not have a business name, you own your own business. Nobody owns you. Sean doesn't own you. I don't own you. We're all here for you, but we don't own you or your business. So today we're going to talk about how to build predictability. And predictability in your business and in your pipeline is the foundation of your real business, of your business. Predictability. So a predictable pipeline. What is a pipeline? What is a predictable pipeline? I'm going to talk about that real quickly. A predictable pipeline means you know exactly how much business is going to come into your business over the next 30 to 60 days. You're not just hoping for a sale. If you're hoping for a sale, you're just a new agent. You're not. Stop thinking like that. You actually have to think of it like a gas tank in your car. Okay? Think of your car. When Danielle's in her car, that's kind of funny and ironic. She can actually look at her gas tank, but when you look at yours, if your tank is almost always empty, you're stressed and you're constantly stopping for gas, right? If you keep it consistently half full or more, some of us a quarter of a tank full, you're going to drive not worried. You're going to drive with confidence. You're not going to have to stop at the next gas station because I've got $5 in my pocket to fill up with gas, which will take you one gallon these days, right? Sometimes even less. So think of your business like that. A predictable pipeline means you have prospects at different stages. Some of them you haven't met yet. Some of them you just met, got off the phone with. Some of them you followed up with a couple times. Some of them are almost ready to buy, but they forgot their banking. They didn't have their banking. Every excuse under the book. And some are in underwriting. And then you've got the people you've closed. So you've got those different stages to think of. I probably even missed some, right? A pipeline means you're not starting from zero every day. You don't wake up with nothing. You wake up with people in those different pipelines. What are your pipelines? Write them down. You wake up every single day knowing that you have things to do with each set of pipelines, right? You got to call the people. You got to follow up with the person who just hung up on you. You got to follow up with the person who had a banking issue. You got to follow up with this person. You got to look at your underwriting. You got to look in your back offices. You got to follow up with your clients you sold. You got to do the things you told them you were going to do. What does your pipeline look like? Now, as a new agent, if you haven't written any, you have less pipelines, right? If you haven't dialed at all, you have less pipelines. You still have one. Everybody has this one. It's the people you haven't met yet. That's your first pipeline, right? And then it builds from there. So what do you have? Write those down. A predictable pipeline means that you can forecast your income. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I should close blah to blah this month. If I keep doing what I'm doing and I don't actually show up, I don't dial, I don't unmute myself, I don't do this, how many clients are you going to close this month? We want you to close just 2 more than you did last month. So what do you have to do to get there? What part of your pipeline do you need to make sure you're looking at? A predictable pipeline means there's less stress, just like your gas tank. You're more confident. If you have a predictable pipeline, rejection doesn't hurt as much because you know the opportunities are coming, right? Your rejection, people hate being hung up on. People hate, I'm trying to think of what thing happened today. Oh, I thought this was something else, right? For inbounds. Oh, I thought this was Social Security and it was free. Nothing's free. Stop it. Stop. Nothing's free, right? So how do we build that predictable pipeline? How does it start? The first thing you have to do is you have to get on and dial. You have to press the dial button. You have to press the call button, the green button. You have to talk to people, whether it's clients that you're trying to help with life insurance or it's agents that you're trying to get into the business because you know this is going to be a great thing for them. You have to dial, you have to get on social media, and you have to network. Those are the 3 things you can do to make new contacts every single day. That's what you need to do. If you don't work that day, you are having 1 day of no new contacts that day. If you're out networking, you're making contacts while networking. If you take a whole day to do social media, you're having a whole day of social media movement, even if it's just content shooting, right? If you're dialing, so obviously the word is activity, guys. What is your activity looking like? Are you putting enough into the right things? Make new contacts every single day. One simple way to build a predictable pipeline. The next way is to follow up. This is where we fail the most, or at least I do. The follow up. If you don't have a system in place for your follow up, you're spending a lot more money than you need to from experience. Okay. If you don't have a follow up system, you are spending too much money. And if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But if you're not aware of it, that's not fine. So, as a business owner, and in this session, we want to talk about becoming aware. That's what you need to be aware of. Is my follow up consistent? Do I have a follow up plan? What do I need to do for each phase of that pipeline to make sure that I've followed up consistently with that person, whether it's a client or whether it's an agent? Most successes happen on the 12th touch or further. 12th time you've talked to them, 12th time you've communicated them, 12th time you've texted them, doesn't matter, 12th time. In our industry, one call closes is huge. But is it likely? Not always. Probably for me, 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. I might even venture 3 out of 12 will be a one call close. Okay. What's your number? Have you ever one call closed? Do you try to one call close? Do you even know what a one call close is? One call close means you get them on the phone, whether it's an inbound or an outbound. You go through the script. There's no hiccups. There's no signature problems. There's no banking problems, nothing. And you submit the application. That's a one call close. Okay. Of course we want that because we're telesales. In the home, they used to go in the home and get one call closes all the time because they didn't leave the home unless they sold the policy, unless they were kicked out, probably by gunpoint, right? It's because they drove an hour to get to that house. We don't have to do that. We have to pick up our phone. And as one call closers that and virtual agents, that makes it easier for us to say, well, screw you. I'm never going to call you back again, right? But as we talked about this morning, we got to follow up with those people. They could have been having a bad day. They could have just gotten beaten. They could have just gotten to an accident. They could have just been told they had cancer. They could have been just woken up from their sleep. They could have had a really bad day and got fired at work. You don't know. They don't care about you. Call them again later. But you're not going to if you don't have a follow-up system. Ringy will help with that. I know that. Dispositions, everybody knows that. And if you don't have Ringy, it might not be time for you. But understand, systems are important. And then another simple way to build that predictable pipeline is to make sure you're always having at least 10 to 15 people in your pipeline at different stages. So you're going to want to watch who's needing help, make sure you're helping, put it on your calendar to work on pipeline or to work on this part of your pipeline every single calendar day that you're actually working. Typically, if you're a brand new agent, you're going to want to dial at least 3 to 4 hour chunks. And then you're going to want to put social media in there, either in the middle of the day or the end of the beginning of the day. And then you're going to want to have a certain part of your day where you're following up. Pipeline people, follow up. Okay. It's a very smart way to do it. People do it differently, but those are the numbers you're looking at. What you want to make sure is you're at least adding people to that pipeline every single day. Talking to people, new people every day, whether they're clients or agents and or both. Do it consistently, and that pipeline will become predictable in no time, 4 to 6 weeks probably. So here are the 4 keys to a predictable pipeline, okay? Making your pipeline, the people you're talking to, predictable. Means you know what's going to happen next month. Number 1, do some daily prospecting. Have discipline with it. Daily prospecting discipline. What does that mean? You need to protect your time. Your time is so valuable. Every single day, you need to protect your time for new lead generation of any kind, clients or agents. Protect your calendar. This is non-negotiable, guys. This is a business. This is not you don't just make money. This is a business. This is not a 9 to 5. Your business is your business and it's 24/7. Your clients will call you off hours. You will answer your phone off hours. You will be with your family and have to put your phone in your purse and tell your clients, I put my phone in my purse when I'm with my family. Set your office hours, but set them enough, right? Make sure you're working enough to protect that time that every day you're able to add people to your pipeline, whether it's agents or clients, both. And when you set your work hours and you have a calendar and your spouse comes in and says, blah, 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 shh, on a meeting, get now, right? Or what time are you done today? Let me check my calendar. Your family is the one that needs to understand that you're a business owner. You need to understand it first. Your family needs to understand it second. They need to follow your rules. You need to make rules for them, kids and all. Yes, this is a flexible job. Yes, we have a flexible opportunity. But flexibility doesn't mean don't do it. Flexibility doesn't mean let the spouse come in and say, hey, let's go to lunch without looking at your calendar and saying, all right, I can do that, but I'm going to move my dial time a little bit later. Are you okay with that? Yeah, cool. Let's go have lunch. We can do that kind of crap, but we have to protect our hours, because if you're doing that kind of crap and not protecting your hours, you're just doing that kind of crap and then you can't afford that kind of crap. Okay. Mike, yeah, I'm at lunch now. That's funny. That's good. I'm glad. I hope you're not on a call and, with somebody and protect. I'm going to speak to that because I don't know what your situation is, Mike, so this isn't at you. But when you're with your family, protect that time too, guys. If you have to tell your clients, this is what I tell my clients every single sale. You've heard me say it before. There are 4 times I don't answer my phone. 1, Sunday mornings, I go to breakfast with my husband and then church with the family. Pastor will get mad if I answer the phone during church. Ha, ha, ha. Then they laugh. That's 1 time. 2, sometimes I spend time with my family. It's rare, but I do. When I do, I put my phone in my purse or on the counter. Please leave a message if you call and you can't get a hold of me. And I would never, no, you need to spend time with your family. Guys, I do it so often. I can tell you this is like, obviously I say it, right? Number 3, I say, a lot of times I'm on the phone. I do this all day, every day. I have thousands of clients. So if I'm on the phone, I give my attention to the person I'm on the phone. So if you do call and I say, can I call you back? I will call you back as soon as possible. And then number 4, and this is a funny story, it's true, but both my dogs and my husband snore at night. So I wear earplugs. So if I don't answer your phone at night, then please leave a message or text me. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Oh, right? They love that. But I'm telling them that it's a preemptive strike, right? I'm eliminating, number 1, the client who's freaked out because they think I was a scammer and they call back and I don't answer. But I'm telling them exactly what I'm going to do when that happens, right? I eliminate the person who's pissed off because the policy got pulled too soon and they want to cancel their policy. I'm eliminating my need to want to answer that call right away when I'm with my family. I will answer that late. Of course, I don't know what the situation is, but they're going to call no matter what. And then they're going to leave a message. And if it's important, then I'll call them back. If they're, so they need to know you're there for them. But guess what? So does your family. Your family needs to know that they have time too. Your family needs to know that your business is important and how you run it is important, but their Involvement is also important. So I need time for you to go out to lunch with you. I need time with you to go get an ice cream. I need time to go for a walk with you. Yesterday, I got to go for a walk with Nathan. We didn't talk about business, I don't think, but maybe once. And he is in my business, right? So important. Guess what, guys? It was on my calendar. Take a walk with Morgan. You can check my calendar. I'm sure all of my admin will know it's on my calendar. They're like, what? Take a walk with Nathan. That's weird. It might be weird, but I have to put it in there because it's my family and they're supporting me and I want them to continue to. So, number one, discipline in your daily schedule, daily prospecting. Get to your new leads. Set your office time, but your schedule is non-negotiable. Okay. Number two, follow-ups. Guys, we have Ringy. And if it's not built the way you want it, guess what? You have every opportunity to build it any way you want. The dispositions are key to follow-up. It does it automatically for you if you build it properly. If you don't know how to build it properly, you easily can set up a time with somebody to go over it, to find out ideas, add to it, do what you need to do. Your sales tracker, that can be used as a follow-up system, or they can be used together. Your financial inventory sheet, that can be used as a follow-up system. What is your system for follow-ups? Your calendar. Mine are listed right on my calendar. My dialer, myself, when I was dialing, all of those days have something on of who I want to follow up with. What pipeline am I following up with? Right? And so what do you have as a follow-up system? What do you need? You might not even know what you need. You've got plenty of opportunity in Discord to talk about it. I give you 30 minutes a day of my time to ask any questions after our morning meetings. Feel free to reach out to me. You're on Discord. I will answer you on Discord. And if I'm not on Discord, I'll have a phone call with you while I'm walking in the morning, right? Go to other meetings, figure out what other people do. You don't have to follow what I do. You're your own agency owner. Learn to follow up. That's your business. Number three, to a predictable pipeline. Leverage your network, your existing clients, your friends, your universe. You are your best source for warm leads. Be like Kira. Use your script when talking to people you know. Good job, Kira. You use that script. You tell them, hey, I'm a new agent. I'm practicing here. Do you mind if I practice on you by using my script? Yes. Perfect. Can you pretend to call me? Because maybe you're doing inbounds. Sure. Ring, ring. This is Heather Robeson with the Life Insurance Department. And then just go about the script as if it's a client you don't know. That's the best way to learn your script. Using it on your existing clients and friends is great. Use it in between taking actual inbounds, right? Because you will run out of existing clients and friends unless you are a TikToker or whatever they call you, social media people, okay? That's number three. Number four of a predictable pipeline, tracking and accountability. What gets measured gets improved. If you know your numbers every single week or every single day and every single month, you can improve on those numbers. But if you don't track your dials, if you don't track your inbounds, you're not going to know how to improve. Track your numbers for improvement. So what I want you to do is write down this after the call. After this call, I want you to make sure you've written down your current pipeline numbers, your current pipelines. Maybe you don't even know what they are. Where am I at? What states do I have? What pipelines do I have? And then write down and figure out what your numbers are for the week. And if you can't do that now, start with what's your current pipeline and start tracking it. And then identify which one has the biggest problem and what action are you going to take to fix it? What are you going to do to fix it? You need to stop thinking like an employee who waits for somebody to tell you to do something. You have to start thinking like the CEO of your own business. Yes, Kira.
Is a pipeline like where you got the lead?
Nope, that's actually a lead source. Pipeline stage is like, I have my new clients I haven't called yet. I have my clients that I've called, but I need to follow up. How do I need to follow up? Need banking, blah, blah, blah. Like, what is it what stage are your people in? And if you're talking about agents, I've got this person who reached out to me, but she never entered into a VBOM. So the different stages of that person, of that lead.
Okay.
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 So you have to stop thinking like an employee and you need to actually start thinking like the CEO. You are the CEO of your business. So every day this week, I need you to ask yourself, on top of doing the pipelines, I want you to write this down. What would the owner of this business do right now? What would the owner of this business do right now? So right now, I got 15 extra minutes. Should I be learning? Should I be recruiting? Should I be following up? Should I be blocking out my time? Should I be working on my calendar? Should I be dialing? Should I be inbounding? Should I be Facebooking? What does my business need right now? What would the owner of this business do with this time? And the key to it is, what will make me money today? What will make me money right now? What will make me money this week? What will make me money next month? None of it's right, none of it's wrong, but you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to build your business, right? Building your business is going to be it might not be the hardest, but it's going to be one of the hardest things you ever do. It is. It's fun. It's invigorating. There's a lot of good to it, but it might be one of the hardest things you've ever had to do. But just remember, it's not just some job. You're not just a life insurance agent. In fact, every one of you can just say this. When somebody says to you at the next, family function, what do you do? Oh, I'm an agency owner for a life insurance company. Holy crap, what a difference does that sound from I'm a life insurance agent? Ugh, that's gross. Who wants to be that? Right? This is a career that you're building. It's not a job. You're not an agent. You are a business owner. I'm an agency owner, or I'm a business owner. I'm the CEO of my life insurance company. You can stay an agent forever. You can do that. You can always just write business and not build and not build and write your own business and you'll just be working forever and that's fine. There's a lot of old men out there who are still doing that. And I say that because until recently it was an old man's thing, right? I mean, even my first insurance agent that helped me through my husband's death was an old man with a briefcase and an old car. Okay. You can do that. And now if you're not a man, you're a woman, and you can just be an old woman working for the rest of your life, trying to just get by on the money that you're making now and in the future. Or you can actually mentally understand that you are an owner. You're building a business, and you can build something that eventually is going to run itself. Eventually, that company is either going to be sold to where you're getting bought by lots and lots and lots of dollars, or you're just going to let it run itself for the rest of your life until you die. You get to choose that. Which one do you want? There's going to be ups and downs to either way. Doesn't matter. It's a business. You will fail either way, but you're going to fail forward and it's not going to stop you, right? You're not going to stop because you failed. Or obviously, we're in this business for that reason. We're moving forward, we're failing forward. And those who succeed are simply the ones that just never gave up. Never gave up. Anybody you see who's a top producer is somebody who just never gave up. Anybody you see who's an integrity partner never gave up. Through all the ups and downs, the hards, the I don't want to go, I don't want to get on the phones today. All the stuff you're doing now, somebody has gone through it and not given up. Do you want to be the person that gives up because you haven't yet, and I don't think you will, but which one are you going to be? And then are you going to be that agent forever, or are you going to try to actually build something that eventually runs itself? These are questions I can't answer for you. It's all on you. You have all the tools, you have the ability, you have the opportunity. The skills will come as you go. Now run the business, run this like it's a true business, and it is. It's a true business. So I hope that helped you today. Any super quick questions before we wrap up? Thank you for hopping on, everyone. I'm going to pause the recording or stop the recording.